Hey you guys, thanks for tuning in today. We have a lot of really hyped makeup to talk about today, and I'm here to tell you if it's worth your money or not. So, one of the things I'm most excited about talking about is this wonderful Babe in Paradise palette by Morphe and Bretman. And the packaging is so cute. It's got hummingbirds and a holographic title on it, and not to mention a beautiful bronze tan color that I wish that was the actual color of my skin. But alas, that's why we buy highlighter palettes like these. And I haven't put it on yet, but I have swatched it. Look at these. This highlighter palette is so diverse in that it will make you look tan and also give you that beautiful shimmery glow. And he writes you a little love note that he wants to bring the essence of the tropics through this palette. Well, the tanness and the beautifulness of this palette definitely shines in that respect. So before we get started, I want to do this review of the Sephora concealer. I read a recent negative review about this concealer online, and I was like, that seems maybe a little bit over dramatic. So I bought it because it was on sale for $7, and I want to see if it's worth the money. So let me start off by saying concealer's for problem areas. You don't want to put it literally all over your face because there's no way your whole face is a problem area. You're beautiful. So if you just put the concealer underneath your eyes to cover up those crazy circles, like I know you have because we have to work so hard, and you put it up and over your eyes to define those eyebrows, you're basically allowing your concealer to do a lot of the work for you. Eyebrows are so overhyped right now. I'm so tired of it. And you can achieve all of those effects just by being smart with your concealer. So just kind of put it around, underneath, and above your eyebrows. Shape your eyebrows how you want. Bring that concealer down the nose. And if you have a good concealer, it will act as your primer. So whenever we put highlighter on the nose, we want a concealer there to help it stick there. And that is pretty much the only place that I put concealer. And whenever you have your problem areas covered up, you want to blend that pretty well. And like I said, if you have a good concealer, you do not need a primer. And so that will save you money too, because concealer does basically the same thing primer does. It acts as a medium between your skin and the makeup to help your cover up blemishes and to help the makeup stick better and just to help your skin be more makeup friendly. That is basically what concealer does. And plus primer has a ton of setting chemicals in it, whereas concealer is a lot of it's just foundation, and that makes it to where it's not as harsh on your skin. And primer's okay, but don't waste your money on it if you ask me. And now that we've done that, I want to put on this Tarte powder foundation, but it's more like a powder liquid because it goes on kind of like a liquid, and it's the medium tan honey on the Confidence line. The Tarte, oh, I see myself. The Tarte powder foundation. And what I'm going to do is use my Y6 brush, my Morphe Y6 brush, kind of get a good amount and stick it all over. And this is such a good overall full coverage foundation because it doesn't look very thick like liquid foundation, but it goes on like liquid foundation without being liquid foundation because it's powder. So it goes on really nice, and it just gives your skin a nice glow and even color. And looky there, I didn't even barely use any product, and it is already full coverage and beautiful. And you want to be sure to get all that concealer blended in as much as possible so that we hide all of those nasties. Okay, so this is where we are right now, and I adore that concealer and the powder foundation, that Tarte powder foundation together. It is just a dynamite combination. And this retails for like 28 bucks, and that is really not bad. They give you a lot of product, and in this compact, there's a mirror, and then there's this cool little packaging. It's just really fun, and that's the thing about makeup is you want to have fun too. Don't let it be a chore. And okay, So now that we're done with our base, I really want to dive into this. So cool. This has been something I've been looking forward to for a long time. So if you can't tell, I'm super excited. The first thing that I want to do is just take one of my smaller brushes and get this really bright white illuminating highlighter one and just go in. And the first thing I do is pop it up there. Oh my God, barely any product, and look at that shine. And now we're gonna do it on this side. Bing, bang, boom. I feel like a disco ball. We're just gonna blend that in just a little bit. All right, cool. So I'm not a big super fan of kind of red blushes, but this is the most red color they have, but I think I'm gonna use it. And this color is called the Chiho or Chihu. These names are crazy. And I'm just going to go underneath that really pretty luminescent. Oh my God, that's so pretty. Those two colors together. Oh my God, I love that. And we're going to do it again on this side. Again, barely using any product. It just goes on so well. Oh, look at that. I feel like I'm becoming an angel, a luminescent angel. Okay, so we want to talk about the brush that comes with this palette. It struck me as a little small, and I have a big face. I mean, my face is like almost the size of this whole thing. So I bought this palette, but I also bought a new B28 fan brush from Morphe because I didn't really trust this one very well. So on this side, we're going to use the smaller one and see what happens. So now on my little contour line that I have right here on my cheekbone, I'm going to use, I believe, going to use this darkest color because I have a really dark olive skin color, so I have to use pretty dark colors, but we'll use some different ones also. And what we did is just swatched that and put it on underneath, and it applies really well actually. It gives you a nice little defined line without, you know, being overpowering. Let's just kind of blend that in a little bit. Ooh, I really like that. The thing about this palette is that the colors really go well together. And so this luminescent white with this really pretty red and then that darker color to kind of bring the lift and make it look more defined, it really looks good together. And so on this side, we're going to use the big brush, but instead let's kind of go with, I guess, this color, this Maui or Mahu. I wonder what all these mean. And that's this one right here. So we're gonna get that and put it right here. You can't really, that color on my skin, I guess I'm too dark, you can't really tell. So I'm going to go back in with this darker color. There we go. Okay. All right, so now here's the difference. I already see it. So with this smaller brush, you get a more defined line here. Whereas with this bigger brush, it kind of goes in and does some of that blending work for you and puts kind of a bigger shade there. So you can see the difference, more subtle versus, and we'll go ahead and blend that. Versus kind of a bigger look. I think it just depends on what you're going for. It depends on the shape of your face and everything like that. On me, both of them kind of look all right, but I'm glad that I bought this other bigger one just in case, just because, I mean, look, it is a lot thicker, it's a lot heavier, it's more heavy duty. So it just depends on what look you're going for. If you're a pageant girl, you're definitely going to want the bigger one for a lot more stuff on your face. So that is, just to follow up, that is something that's really cool about this palette. These colors go really well together, and look at that iridescence. Oh my God, so pretty. And it just gives you that nice glow, kind of like hummingbirds, how they have that iridescence on their necks. Spencer Pratt would be happy. Maybe he'll buy this palette. Okay, so now we're going to review the Too Faced Chocolate Gold Bronzer. So this bronzer smells like chocolate, first of all, and it is so shiny, sparkly. I mean, just look at that. And it smells divine. Oh, there I am again. It smells divine. and it goes on really well, but like I said earlier, you really don't want to use too much of it. So I want to show you the two ways that you could actually use this bronzer. For the first way, I'm going to use my B28 Morphe fan brush. Go right here, just kind of swatch it, and go right underneath. All right, see there? See how that's an intense look? Yeah, that color is awesome. But then you can also take one of your blunt end brushes and go underneath like this and really give yourself a defined moment. See there? So the combination of these two products are really good together, but this chocolate gold by itself, you can achieve a lot with like full coverage bronze, you know, a bronzy look, and it's really a lot, they're pretty similar. Let me back it up. They're pretty similar in color, and especially with this darker one, but this one's a little more olive. So being Portuguese, I'm more olive than I am kind of Latino tan. This is something that goes really good with my skin tone, and I think would go good with a lot of different skin tones too. So that gives you really pretty definition. I just love it. And the Too Faced bronzer is a little expensive. It's like 38 bucks. But the thing is, you can use it as a bronzer, and you can also use it to contour and define your cheekbones. The Morphe palette retails for $28, and that's on the Morphe site, and it comes with the fan brush, so it's a great value. The colors are awesome, and that's what I'm a stickler about with highlighter palettes, is if they go together, if they look nice. This super bright one right here, oh my god, just one more time. That's barely even touching it. It's definitely worth the money. And the warm colors are just inviting and beautiful. I just really love it. And that looks like all I have for today. I don't even have any eyeshadow on or mascara, but just with those products that we talked about today, I look good, and I think I'm just gonna go to class like this. So thanks for tuning in today, you guys, and I hope to see you next time. Have a great day.